everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku, aka Chocomint, and welcome back to Let's Play of Pearlglow Cafe, Sweet Crumb Kisses. In the last playthrough, we have finished a route. We finished an ending in which we had an unforgettable connection with a certain mysterious person who turned out to be a ghost of a past who has stayed here for a long time, and now that they have regained their memories and everything, they have to move on. And so there's no romance, it's just sadness of a connection. There is a connection, but that's it. It's just a chance meeting, a short time being together, and then that person disappeared, moved on, and reincarnated. Maybe, I don't know. The ending is pretty kind of sad to me. It's a bittersweet ending, and so this time we will actually find a romance, a proper romance, and not the connection that is going to disappear any moment, in which this time we would choose Dr. Briar Hatch. So that should be the eccentric, mysterious professor. I think the one who is curious about everything and trying to learn more about the world, who has popped up in the story in some kind of weird way because he fell asleep. And this time we will try to get to know him, and hopefully this kind of romance will actually work and not like that sad connection, that's beautiful but sad connection we once have. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so because the last time we chose the kind of option that kind of I think it was positive, but it's not like flirty enough, so I'm going to choose the where do you learn that part. Briar, where did you learn that? Why, the tavern, of course. No better source of local news. No better source than junk sellers? Well, I will admit the patients I spoke with were indeed inebriated, but aside from that, they seem like noble, upstanding fellas. Okay, sure. They informed me that the snipe only appears on full moons, which coincidentally is tonight. And that coincidentally brings me to you. To me? Yes. Do you have a sack I may borrow with which to catch the snipe? An empty flower or old sack would work wonderfully. Of course, I understand that by asking this of you, I will once more be indebted to you, and I am fully prepared to repay you in any way I can. Sir? What is this, sir? That's a suspicious flush on your face. Is this on purpose? I feel like this particular one is on purpose. Oh my. Even with my body if I must. Did I hear that right? Judging by how red his cheeks have turned, definitely. Yeah, definitely. That's a very kind offer, but Briar, I think the men you spoke with are breaking you. Okay, I know. You do? Then why? Well, it provided me with an excellent excuse. An excuse for what? It matters little now, for at last my heinous duplicity has been unveiled, and within my plan foiled. Uh, okay, now I'm certain I have no idea what you're talking about anymore. He signs. In truth, I only wanted to see you again. Ooh. Oh. I'm sure you find me incredibly foolish now. Oh no, not at all. Briar, you can just stop by the cafe. You don't need a special reason. Whenever? Yes, whenever. I don't mind, Julie. And you are certain about this? Absolutely. Then I will see you again someday? Of course, I'm not going anywhere soon, and neither is Pearlglow. But are you leaving already? Well, at last, while the food in your pastry case looks delicious. And once again, you are broke. Okay, so. From the pastry case, I withdraw today's special and pass it to him. May I eat it here? Of course, feel free to take a seat at a table or... Without hesitation, he takes a full mouth bite. Crumbs clutch at the corners of his lips for dear life. Or you can eat it right in front of me. Most people after receiving their order retreat to a table or promptly leave. It's rare I'm able to watch someone's face shift as the flavors dance along the tongue. Briar makes no attempt to disguise his expressions, and I watch his face shift from eager anticipation to unbridled delight to heavenly joy as he chose. Oh, delicious! That sounds like a compliment. Mm-hmm. He swallows and with all his might, resists going in for a second bite. I've never tasted anything so delightful, Miss Vtuber. Even better than yesterday's. With such boastful layers of decadent chocolate and rich, buttery sponge cake, and is all wrapped in the sweet embrace of a smooth ganache. I can tell this dish has much history and tradition behind it. His words are earnest and genuine. So much so, I don't even think he realizes he's practically leaning over the counter now. Whether it's from the praise or his proximity, I don't know, but I have to quell the blooming bashfulness fluttering in my heart all the same. Thank you so much. I don't know that I've ever heard someone speak so beautifully about something I made before. Are you secretly a poet, Briar? A true poet could write ballads until midnight, and the rapture of your food has brought me. My words are faulty, a mere imitation, for I lack the necessary diction to truly define how wondrous and sated I now feel. His face grows serious, brows drawing together. Miss Vtuber. Briar? Thank you once more for sharing such a delightful drink with me. I must leave so I can discover great knowledge to share with you in exchange. Do you understand? Not entirely, no. But I certainly don't want to stand in the way of your greatness. Farewell for now. Farewell for now. Okay, he leaves. Okay. Now we move on to the, I am guessing, Briar would be at the historical district because he wants to find knowledge. So let's go there. I slip on my boots and head to the historical district. There's a unique piece that can only be found in places with great history. It's a feeling that nestles itself into the soul and reminds you of all that has come before and all that will come after. The passage of time is unstoppable and should be embraced with open arms. After all, it's only over time do we learn to change. The buildings in Pearlglow's historical district are all historical. Some bear spiny cracks through the foundations, others lie in pieces, damaged in long-forgotten battles. A few look immaculately maintained, the polished exteriors gleaming under the sun. Before long, I spot a bookstore and slip inside. Dusty, dimly lit, and with scant customers. It's unlikely they'll have a collection of magical texts here, but inspiration can be found anywhere. Besides, it's been ages since I purchased a new book for myself. I roam through the maze of shops, my footsteps echoing softly in the hushed atmosphere. The air is thick with the scent of paper and ink, a familiar fragrance rift with untold and imagination and possibility. With every step, my fingers stumble over colorful spines. The textures vary from silky smooth to roughened leather, each promising a unique story. One novel catches my eye, a deep red cover embossed with gold filigree letters. I skim the first few pages, and with a sigh, return the book to its resting place. The process repeats with 6 more novels in kaleidoscope of genres, but more disappointing than the last. Whatever I'm searching for is proving elusive. Finally, when the last remnants of my enthusiasm have waned, I head back outside. There's still time left in the day. Where should I go next? Okay, so it's a bit different. I guess we can go everywhere now. Let's go to the Harbor District then. To the Harbor District. The harbor market is, ignoring the bun, awash with activity. Who would have thought Pearlglow has such a large population? I wonder if most of them are visitors, tourists, and interim crew for many of the sailing vessels in the area. I wade through thick crowds and whirl between streets and alleys. Finally, I come to a quaint farmer's market, tucked in the shadow of an old castle. A few women and children stand before booths, surveying spices and wares. One foreign merchant motions toward me, a white diamond necklace glinting in hand. Allowing myself to be swept away in the ground is exhilarating. There must be so many foreign fruits and spices available here. What a boon for recipe inspiration. I quickly lose time roaming through the market, but even after inspecting every booth, no ingredient strikes my interest. Maybe I'll find something if I look elsewhere around town. There's still time left in the day. Where should I go next? Okay, so the last time it was luck that we actually found someone at the Park District. So, okay, let's go to the Park District to get that inspiration. The last time I believe we definitely will get inspiration. So let's go there. To the Park District. And then now we head home. We actually didn't get new recipes actually. Am I doing anything wrong? I feel like I'm doing anything wrong. I'm doing something wrong, so let's check again before we move on to choosing the recipe. I have a shy feeling that the seaweed cookies will lead to forever a long thing. So, okay, so we are going to go back to the beginning to go over the choices again, and this choices before the hard choice we saw before. So, me too. And we are going to change the recipe for this one. The thing is, I'm not sure which one is for which. So we have this one, the fondest memories, warmth and love. I don't think it works for Briar though. He are interested in the dreams, warmth and love. Love never does. For creativity, peace. Okay, peace. I am confused. So the memories would be for the dreams. Okay, for now we focus on the magical effect of creativity. So the coffee brandy creme brulee. So creativity. Let's try that with no bearings and let's go. Okay, the last time I think we choose something else. Ooh, creme brulee. Just thinking about the melting of the coffee and brandy flavors is lighting such a creative spark in me. I'm excited to see how this turns out. And this is the option earlier that we see. Beneath the caramelized sugar crust lies a hidden, velvety custard infused with all the robustness of coffee and brandy. The bite I had melted on my tongue, and the sensation of satisfaction and excitement I am left with will undoubtedly inspire me throughout the day. I think it worked. I think it worked very well. I must go now. I feel as if unparalleled inspiration has unlocked within me. If I don't act now, I may lose it forever. Do you understand? Okay, we are going to introduce a different food for today for this person. I reach in and pull out a ramekin filled with creme brulee. I place it and a spoon on the counter and slide it over. To be honest, I'm not really sure how to portion out a sample of this. Why don't you just take the full thing, and then if you like it, I can send you home with one more. Anyway, it's a coffee brandy creme brulee. Unbelievable creamy and smoother than any velvet. By tasting its unique flavor combination, you will unlock bountiful creativity. In any case, I'm very appreciative you took time to stop by today. They nod, gentle and serene in their understanding, and then return to leave. Okay, his reaction is not much, so I have a feeling that it affects Briar the best for this food. Before they step through the door, they give me a small wave. Their coffee brandy creme brulee. Creamy and silky, coupled with all the robustness of coffee and the mild, fruity crispness of brandy. They're supposed to help unlock your creativity. Okay, I'm going to open at them. Okay, it worked. Okay, it was there just not enough bonding to reach this point. I guess it was the food on the day 2 that affects the potential of meeting the gentleman again. As I round the end cap of a bookcase, I catch sight of a familiar figure dozing in a comfortable chaise lounge. Dr. Ash. Before him looms a store employee, brow creased and arms crossed with annoyance. The employee clears their throat. Flipping so sadly, Dr. Ash doesn't respond. Sir, still no response. Sir, excuse me. The employee taps Dr. Ash on the shoulder. Startling him so severely, he tumbles to the floor. In a flurry of limbs, he scrambles to his feet. I'm awake, I swear. Sir, we discussed this numerous times. Oh, yes, of course, I know. And you see, I wasn't sleeping, not really. Sure. So if you weren't sleeping, what were you doing? What was I doing? What was I doing? Wow, I believe I was studying. And what did you learn from the insides of your eyelids? I am happy to answer such an inquiry. You see, with my eyes closed, I was able to explore the ephemeral border between alert consciousness and reposing slumber, a place where... Okay, forget I asked. Very well, but at the very least, allow me to express how wholly repentant I am for the trouble I have caused. Will you be expelling me from the premises? It is becoming an increasingly tempting option. The employee sighs. Look, this is the fourth time this has happened. You know we're not a bed and breakfast, right? You can't just fall asleep here every time you visit. Yes, of course. Absolutely understandable. In fact, I couldn't agree more. Henceforth, I shall be the very model of appropriate visitor behavior. You have my word. Yeah, sure. Whatever. With another sign, the employee walks away. It's then I approach, emerging from the bookcases with a coy grin. Oh, Miss Juniper, how lovely and unexpected it is to see you. Judging from your captivating and radiant smile, I assume you were a witness to what just transpired. Sorry for sleeping. How goes the studying? Causing trouble? Just when I was beginning to wonder if we had something truly special, I discovered you cause trouble for just about every store owner, it seems. Allow me to assuage your worries by saying I trouble you far more than anyone else. At that, we share a laugh, earning us an eyeful glance from the store clerk. Did you stay up all night, Briar? Of course, all night and well into the morning. Come to think of it, I'm not sure quite when I dozed off. You know, I'm certain this is an absolutely crazy idea not worth suggesting. But could you not just sleep normally, like in a bed, at night? Oh, no, never. There's no time for such folly. Discoveries can't take place while one sleeps snugly, tucked under covers, head cradled by the fluffiest of pillows. I can't even imagine how that would work. His shoulders slouch. Logically, of course I know bodies need sleep, but there is a part very deep within me worried I'll miss out on quickness if I rest. Does that make sense? It does, but what if you're preventing yourself from reaching that level of greatness by not allowing yourself to rest? Eventually, The exhaustion will catch up with you no matter how hard you push yourself. Well, I suppose there are none of wondering. If I rest, I may slip through an important discovery. If I don't rest, I may be too exhausted to make an important discovery. Is there room for balance between the two? What would that balance look like? Curious. But enough about my poor sleeping habits. They make for nothing more than a boring conversation. What are you up to today? I'm sure it is most fascinating. I am searching for inspiration. I want to create something truly unique to offer at the cafe, but I've been struggling to figure out what that would look like. Well, there's no better place to find inspiration than here, surrounded by words concocted from some of the world's finest minds. However, I can't help but notice your hands are empty and your shoulders tense. Shall I resume your search has proven fruitless so far? Quite. I guess I don't really know what I expected by coming here. May I suggest something? Of course, I'm always open to hearing your ideas. The issue may lie with your methods. In order to be understood, food must be tangibly experienced, tasted, smelled, gazed upon in such way one's pupils dilate. Finding inspiration through the style of research may prove difficult, but perhaps. He slips his back to the ground and starts rummaging around in the buckets. He pulls out all manner of strange knickknacks and dumps them to the floor. Rusty metal coils, dry hunks of wood, cracked porcelain figurines. The list goes on and on and on. Every new item he produced grows stranger than the last. Finally, he produces a small burlap sack and hands it to me. Peeking inside, it's stuffed with plum wild mushrooms and curly garlic scapes. Maybe these will eye you? They were foraged just this morning, so I guarantee peak freshness. Oh, goodness. Briar, are you certain I can have these? I imagine you intended this to be your dinner? Fret not, as there are some of yesterday's special left over, and I will be returning to the forest yet this evening. I assure you, I won't go hungry tonight, Miss Trinibird. Oh, that's very kind of you. Are you certain though? Maybe they would make a better apology gift for the store clerk to try and win them over? I could, but it would be an empty and meaningless gesture when I know how they truly feel about me. And how do they feel about you? To them, I am a little more than a hornworm consuming their tomato plants. You, however, have always treated me with unflinching kindness and generosity. My gratitude toward you is immeasurable. Allow me to express it as best as I can. So please, take what I have given you and turn it into something magnificently delectable, and think of me when you share it with others. Once again, Briar has lost me in one of his strange metaphors, but that matters little when there is an unrecognizable sadness starting to break at the corners of his eyes. It's an infectious sadness, one I haven't seen on his face before, and it stings my heart too. I tuck the ingredients he's given me into my bag. Very well, but why am I getting the sense this will be our last meeting? Because I intend on leaving tomorrow. Tomorrow? So soon? So soon. Or maybe it is so late. I have been here over a week now, and I rarely remain in one location for that long unless I overstay my welcome. And after today, I sense that time is not too far off.
It's not as slow and solemn, like there is no changing the joys. I suppose we only know each other 3 days. What reason would he have to change the joys? Do you know where you'll be heading?
That I do not know. Set destinations are for vacations, but not for those in search of discovery. I suppose I realized that eating your creme brulee last night, it is only when you don't know what you are looking for that you can truly find it. If you go somewhere with a set plan, you will only ever experience that and not all that the somewhere would have evolved into. Preconceived ideas will only ever shuffle. And thus, it is time for me to go as I have always gone, from one place to the next. The inevitability of this life I have chosen, I suppose.
Well, then may you have such troubles now and always, Briar.
And may you achieve all you are working toward in this life, Miss Juniper. I know with absolute certainty you will find what you seek. Ever onward.
He bundles up the scrolls and books stroll haphazardly around him and then tips his hat in goodbye. For a little more, I linger in the bookstore, aimlessly browsing. Before long, I leave the bookstore without making a purchase, the mushrooms and garlic skates weighing heavy in my apron pocket. There's still time left in the day.
But there's not time. I guess we're moving on to the ending. Let's go.
Well, I suppose I do have quite a bit to wrap for tomorrow.
Yes, you do, because we got the inspiration, we got the stuff.
I may as well start heading home.
This should be a good pause in our playthrough for now. I think we've seen the changes for this, and I can also read through some potential happenings, the exploration section, and finds that if we don't have enough food, the right food or the right interactions, it turned out like that. Like we couldn't meet a special person in the historical market, the bookstore. So we will save the final ending of Briar in the next playthrough. And so this time we go back and experienced a romance of Mr. Dr. Briar Ash, a very eccentric man, but he's very charming in his way. So it's very fun. It's very funny. He's quite kind of dizzy, kind of airy. He's not he's intelligent, but he's really messy and requires someone to look after him, I suppose. And Juniper should be someone who's suitable for that if she wishes. So that should be it for our playthrough today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next playthrough of Pearlglow Cafe. Sweet Crumb Kisses. Bye bye!